Hey, what's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Big Shook, host of the Undrafted Outlaws Sports Show. Man, listen, if you want some real down south, Louisiana-style Cajun food, you need to go check out DB's Cajun Kitchen. Yo, they got lobster and grits, seafood boils, signature fries, signature po' boys, signature egg rolls, and desserts. Oh, and my favorite, them gumbo tacos. Yo, they open from 11 to 8, Wednesday to Monday, 7 to 5:30 on Sunday. Located in North Las Vegas at 4343 North Rancho Drive. They even have to-go orders and catering. Hit them up, 725-780-1850, or go to the website, dbcajunkitchen.com. So, yo, don't just tell your friends about me. Tell them about DB's Cajun Kitchen.
Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
What is going on? Okay, let me see where I'm at. Let me get myself situated. Welcome, guys, to the hottest, sexiest station on the planet, Hot 702.5. And I guess you guys already knew that. And if you didn't, we're going to make sure we remind you. So I am your favorite love prescriber, Miss Love Doctor, and our beautiful co-host, Beauty on the Beat, hopefully will be tuning in with us soon. But you already know, if she ain't in the building, make sure y'all drop a heart for her. And be sure to comment, love, share. And if you want to be a part of today's conversation, you can call in 702-551-5261. Just make sure you keep it respectful. You know what I mean? Like, that's the easy part. So, we definitely want to make sure that if nobody has told you that they loved you today, that we would like to be the first. But it's just me. So I want to be the first to let you know that I definitely love you. Even if I love you from over here and you're over there, I still can love you, right? We get to a place where, especially it's a whole thing with like family with me right now. So friends and coworkers and all these different entities of people that you deal with. And sometimes you realize like, wow, we've drifted apart. It's like, okay, but I still love you, but just over here and you're over there. So, definitely gonna do a tap in with myself and see how I am feeling. And this is just autopilot. I didn't even put this on here. Physically, mentally, and romantically. Physically, I definitely feel like I'm repairing myself because I did some damage. And when you do the damage appears. But it feels good to like actually pay attention to your body and start to respect it and give it the love and the care that it needs. So ultimately, physically, that helps you mentally. I'm always constantly, steadily putting myself through improve your mental university, okay? Because you have to constantly go to school on you. You got to constantly go to school on how to improve you. It's not a I'm fixed type of thing. And I'm just completely perfect. I don't need to work on anything. Even if it's small, even if it's just, changing up how you care for your skin. But physically, when you are feeling good physically, your mental does improve. And that's a part of the conversation that we're talking about. And then romantically, if you're physically feeling good, which I am, if you're mentally feeling good, which I am, it opens up the door for the romantic portion of it. Yeah, there's been a lot of conversations about me opening myself up to dating. Yes, I needed this. And it's different. It's different. It's a world out there of a whole lot of. So I'm just speaking a little bit, seeing what's going on, and being open to the process. You know, somebody set me up on a blind date. And it was actually pretty interesting. Like, I learned a lot. I learned a lot in the date, you know? So, but it was fun. It was grown up. It was very cute. It was mysterious. And I enjoyed myself. That was cool. But anyway, so with that being said, we'll see what the universe provides. But I hope y'all ready to talk love with us, because that's what we're doing today. And then I'm trying to like let my girl get logged on. Hopefully she can do that. But y'all let me know how you guys are feeling. I'm trying to look at the comments. I don't see y'all in there yet. Mentally, physically, and romantically. Do not forget the romantic. Regardless of where it is on the scale, I still want to know. Okay? Okay. All right. So I'm still sharing the show. And trying to make sure y'all tuning in, making sure everybody everywhere. So what I did realize is everything that I just said has a lot to do with making sure that we are taking care of ourselves. This conversation came back around, and I actually asked, the conversation was so heavy like this week. This week was weird. Like this week was, I don't know if y'all felt it, but this week was real weird. And it was like little self-care, don't spiral out of control, fire extinguishing going on all over the place. Like little fires, but just fires no less. Like people feeling like, oh my God, I'm ready. I'm like, wait. All the while I am spiraling in a new class that is hard as AF. I don't think it's hard. Let me take that out of my vocabulary. I just don't understand it yet for me to just get thrown into it like that. But you know, I allowed that to fall by the wayside to be there for others. So next week is all gas and no brakes. All gas and no brakes. Yeah. So with that being said, self-care is the topic for today. Let's talk love and self-care, because it's so important, and I think often we lose it because we have to be everywhere. I mean, if we just gonna be honest, we have to be everywhere, and it's a little bit hard to focus on self. I think we just naturally become selfless instead of being selfish, even though I don't think selfish is a bad thing, because we just talked about that another day. But it is important for us to implement self-care, but do we know what self-care looks like for yourself? You know, how to actually do it, how to put the proper time into it, what's too long, what's too short. Most times people don't even know what it looks like, or if they're actually getting a relief, right? Like, oh, I did this for self-care, but they're still like overly stimulated. And when we did the Let's Talk Love for the men, and I know we mentioned it before, they didn't have an answer for me. They were like, oh, well, it was straight protector and provider mode. Like, I take care of the kids, I get my hair cut. It was like the haircut was like the main answer that we got, but that wasn't even really from everybody, you know? So it's like, no. What do you do for yourself? But this is an element that is often not even taught, and it's definitely a missing and a cause of major stress when it's not a part of our lives. And there are so many stressors in life that it can take over. It can take completely over you, and we don't even realize that we're in a sunken place. Body just like, let me tell you something. And we get so caught, you know, you taking care of everybody. You got all these stanky old bills. You got life that's be lifing, and then we end up neglecting ourselves, not being mindful of self-causing unseen mental health issues that we wouldn't even think about. Sometimes you don't feel good, like you don't feel good. You don't feel sick. You don't necessarily feel sick, but you don't feel good, Um, but you wouldn't even think that it's just the fact that you ain't been taking care of yourself. What's up, beauty on the beat?
Hey y'all, girl. This was a whirlwind, but I'm here.
You
I'm
made it.
here. Okay. Hi y'all.
You got the blonde hair and all, huh?
Girl, had to put some on real quick.
Okay, so let's tap in. Let me see how you doing. How you feeling? Where you at physically, mentally, and romantically? Because that's what I had to do.
Well, physically, I am tired. Okay. Emotionally, just trying to get here was a struggle, but I
Mm-hmm.
made it. So I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
Romantically, I really feel like I'm in a good place with my relationship and just working on us and building and 20
Yeah.
more years left to go. So
Okay. Plenty more years left to go.
mhm.
Okay, so we talking about self care today. And
Okay.
it came up, and the crazy part is I kept saying, we've talked about self care. We've talked about self care. And my sister was like, not like this or this or this. If you did, and when I went to go pull up the show, I looked at it, and it's a well written show. Like it was more
Period.
detailed than what I detailed today.
Hmm.
But of course, it's just a different flow of conversation because it was different. That
Hmm.
was, I want to say, back in 22 again. So that's two shows that just happened to be a part of our conversation,
Hmm.
and we end up bringing it back. So, definitely let me know what you guys are doing. Give us some ideas of what you do for self care, because what you do may help somebody else. So drop that in the comments for us. But
Please do.
all right. So you ready to break it down? Define it.
Okay. Here.
Okay, I keep looking at you over at the screen, so if I'm doing like this, I see you over there.
I'm trying to like stand still, but I gotta charge my phone. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not supposed to be moving and I can't make it stationary. So like y'all gonna have to deal with it. I'm sorry.
You look fine. You look good. You want to do some breathe? You want to do some breaths?
Like I literally just got in here. I was like trying to find that this thing is like crazy, just trying to travel and then get here and then it's a beautiful city where I'm at. So that's a beautiful thing. It's dope. I'm
Beautiful.
excited. It is.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It was voted most beautiful city actually. I want to say,
Okay,
if not this
period.
year, it
It's
was last
fine.
year. So when you know what I mean. That's why I hate to hear people talk so bad about it, because I know the good parts, if that makes sense. So I broke it down into self, then care, and then self care together. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
and maybe we can implement some of this stuff while we where we at on our secret location.
Hmm.
All right, so self is a person's essential being that distinguishes them from others.
Okay.
Love it. Like, hey, you are distinctively different than everybody else. I love
Hmm.
that. It's especially considered as an object of introspection or reflexive action. I should have
Okay.
looked up reflexive, but I didn't. Okay, so care is the provision of what is necessary for the health, welfare, maintenance, and protection of someone
Period.
or something.
Period. Care. Okay. When you care, that's what
Do
you
you
gonna do.
care? Do you
Thank
really care,
you.
though? You say you
Thank
care, but do
you.
you care? You
Thank
care
you.
about me? Let me know it then.
It says that's what you do. You supposed to do these things when you care for someone. So I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit.
Fine
No,
ass
no.
inquiries is the shit. I just want y'all to know that. If y'all didn't know that today, if you needed a reminder, I'm just letting y'all know. So reflective is okay. Maybe my eyes pronoun that reflects that back. Oh, you gonna send it to me? Okay. Serious attention or consideration applied to doing something correctly, or avoid damage or risk. Where you at with that, beauty? Where you at?
You already know. Like, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Oh, look at that. I just tapped it and it got brighter. There
There you go. There you go.
you go. You know what? You already know that. That was reflective. That was the reflective.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, a
I like
hundred
that.
percent.
Serious attention. Serious attention. Or consideration. Like you're considerate. Applied to doing something correctly or to avoid damage or risk. Do
That
you
is
care
how I
about
live my
me?
life. I live my life like that.
Careful.
Oh, like, bruh.
Ah, an object or concern of attention, a feeling or occasion for anxiety. It's like I had to figure out what that meant. A feeling of or occasion for anxiety. Like she cares more about just herself. She cares about everyone in the world. Like
Mhm.
I feel like
Mhm.
it's a form of empathy. And then
Very much
self
so.
care together is the practice of taking action to preserve or improve one's own health. The practice
Yes,
of
it is
taking
not talked
action, the
to
role
enough.
in protecting one's own well being and happiness, in particular during periods of stress.
Right now. Okay, that's exactly what it
You got to
was for me
protect your
right
own
now.
well being. You have to, you have,
Oh,
if
Jesus.
nobody else protects your well being, who's going to protect your well being? I don't know why that's like unheard of. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm like, girl, girl, girl. All right. So, when has been a time where you noticed that you were lacking self care? It's our vulnerability moment. I've thrown them in there if you ain't noticed.
Girl. Um, I feel like when I first became a mom, I knew that it was hard for me to put self first because it was someone that needed my attention, my time, my reflection. They needed that for me to care for them. So I did not take care of myself in the best way possible. I knew that I had to eat in order to feed him. That was pretty much it. But it was still based for him. It was never based for me. And in my 40s, I've learned that I kind of base my feelings of self based on my needs to do for others. So
Mm.
self care, when we started to talk about this topic, or just, because I coin you as a self care guru. That's what I coin. I say that about you, not you say that because you don't say you're an expert, but I feel that you do know a lot of things that will help you stay grounded and centered within yourself. You are a giver to others, but I needed to learn how to give myself the same energy that I gave others. So I feel like I'm just now figuring out this self care thing. I did used to think it was more superficial, very much so. Get your hair done, get your nails done. I feel like when you look better, you feel better. That's true for me,
Yeah.
right? But it's so much more. It is so much more in your mental, in your physical, in how you see yourself, in so many ways of your self care. For you to
Yeah.
avoid yourself to go and do for someone else, that means that you have something that's missing within yourself too. So that is something that I learned here.
Or you have just become very selfless. So in reality, you have already you're used to putting other people before you. So that's a thing. Like I said, sometimes we're not even taught to care for ourselves.
Hmm.
I told you that when we be saying the example of as a kid, when they teach you, you have your toy, you got your favorite toy. There's 9,000 other toys in here. A friend comes over, they want to play with that one toy, and then what they tell you to do, share. Like, why they?
Mm-hmm.
I have a toy chest, you know, but they
Why they can't play
make
with
you
them? It's
be a
not. Yeah.
giver. Yeah, and in reality, at that moment, it's like, hey, I don't think we're taught to tap in with the child. Like, why is it that you don't want them to play with this toy? Are you clearly you have it, you know, so you're playing with it. But anyway, um, I it's been a couple times, of course, but I would definitely say probably the no, well, yeah, I don't know. So many levels to this. It is. I'll go the opposite way because, of course, I went through something that made me gain weight, right?
Hmm.
But we were okay. Let me just say it. So I was involved in a federal indictment that I had nothing to do with, right? I was fresh out of high school. The landlord rented the apartment. It was a duplex, but she rented it as a one house so she can get rent for two places and only pay, you know, whatever. I don't know how she was doing it, but she had it listed at the state as one house, not a duplex. But anyway, so the people downstairs were getting raided, and therefore we got raided upstairs. And
Mm.
I went to jail at 18 on a federal hold, and I got kicked out of college. I got kicked out of my crib. I had nothing really at 18, 19 years old. And without knowing it, I lost, I can't tell you how much I lost, but it got to the point where like when somebody said, what's happening, you know, like it was my godmother. She stopped me, she sat me down, and she was like, listen, we can see your collarbones. You have to do something. We have to figure something out. What is going on? I'm like, listen, this is what's going on. You know what I mean? Y'all know what's going on. Y'all see what's going on. But it was like once that moment, and I had to look at myself and realize like this thing that happened to me, I had to fix it. It was just, it's a part of my story. You know, the book is coming out, but I lost so much weight. I went from a size 9 to a size 0 in like 30 days.
Mm.
In like 30 days. So it was like, yeah, obviously there was no self-care there because I was withering away.
Mm.
So yeah. That was deep. That was hard for me to get out. So that was like, you know, a piece of healing because I'd be keeping that one.
Vulnerability.
The
Yeah.
our vulnerability moment. So I'm going to use that for us to, you know, because we're working on healing ourselves every day anyway, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But there's definitely levels of self-care. And ultimately, when things like that happen to us, they affect everything, you know, your mental, your emotional, your physical, your social, your spiritual. And we owe it to ourselves to take care of ourselves. I feel like
For
where you at, friend?
yourself.
Of
For
ourselves.
yourself. Yes.
Yeah. It improves your mental health, your self-esteem, self-worth. You're a little more
Mm-hmm. Optimistic.
optimistic, and of course, it involves valuing yourself enough to make your health and your well-being and your happiness a priority for you. If you
Mm.
don't make it your own priority, nobody's going to make it a priority either.
Not at all. Mm-hmm.
Not at all, buddy. And then you'll think
Mm-hmm.
about it like, oh my God, like you were around when I was going through this, like you didn't see. And they're like, well, I feel like you seen it.
Mm. Mm.
Mm. You gonna hold it in?
Amen. Girl. Yeah.
Okay. All right. But you said it though. When you feel better, you look better. When you look better, you do better. And you ultimately do have a healthier way of life. So, y'all want to know how we can do these things in these different levels?
Yes.
Mentally,
Y'all ready?
emotionally. I got a couple things on here. definitely the lack of self care. We might as well go and bust that out because if you don't have it, it creates personal burnout, compassion fatigue, irritation.
Girl, girl, yeah.
Let the big D set in, depression.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, I feel like anxiety is running around rampant.
Yep,
Just like the movie, just everywhere, everywhere,
everywhere.
everywhere,
Hyper vigilant.
spiraling. You know,
Hmm.
hypertension, internal illnesses. But it improves happiness. It
It does.
improves your self image. It improves your social and romantic life.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, yeah, yep, yep. All right, so mentally, I'm pretty sure we can already figure that part out because, you know, if your mind ain't right, because the mind is a powerful thing.
Listen, when you tell your mind will believe what you tell it.
It's a muscle. It's a
Like I did
muscle.
not understand that until I started to speak better to myself.
Yeah, you got
That was a
to.
real thing. It was like, wait, when I started being thankful and saying what I was thankful for before it even happened, it
Yeah.
started to work. Like what?
What? What? I
Oh,
was
bet.
like, I was walking out. We went to go get something to eat today. And we were walking across the parking lot. And I was like, what if it just started pouring down, raining right now? Then my subconscious mind was like, then we'll be wet. Drop, 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 drop. And it just started pouring down.
Girl, you got direct access to the Lord. You better stop,
Jesus
okay?
is on the main. I was
Hmm.
like, dang, because I'm looking at the clouds. I can see what's happening. So I was like, that'll be crazy. I should have put my flower on this side so y'all could have seen it. But focus on stimulating your mind in healthy ways. What you feed your mind is what is. If you keep feeding it
It gets
negativity,
full with that. Yep.
yeah, God, like if you know,
If you
it's
eat
so
junk
crazy
food.
because I don't know if y'all remember I started this journey. Like I wish I would have documented. I feel like it's almost like a year and a half, right? That I
Mm-hmm.
really haven't been watching any violent movies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm forced to listen to violent music every once in a while, but I want to see Bad Boys so bad. But I just know like it's gonna be so much shooting and blood and stuff flying everywhere. I'm probably gonna be overly stimulated
Mm.
because I haven't been watching it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But be kind to your mind. Think positive thoughts,
I like that. Be
especially
kind
about
to your
yourself.
mind.
Oh, we need
That's
to
the shirt.
coin
We
that. Be
need to.
kind to your mind.
Yeah, that needs to be on the shirt. Y'all heard
It's
it.
a real
Just
thing.
love Dr. Perks. Okay.
It's a real thing. So emotionally, I put Inside Out as a great movie depicting it. Because it is. So you want to talk
Again,
about it now? You want to talk about it now?
we certainly can because that is one of my kids movies help me understand the inner workings of my brain and how shit worked. And again, Pixar did a great job at Inside Out when
Pixar. I feel like Pixar don't miss.
they haven't did that. If nobody really watched Soul doesn't give that much props. But that was a good it was that had
Soul.
yes, a lot of
Oh
people don't talk
yeah,
about that one.
Soul
But
was deep. Soul was real deep.
thank you. Thank you. But that's what I'm saying. You have to know and want to and see what the premise that is being told to you, or the message that you should get out is more than just for kids. I feel like again, it was my
Yeah,
favorite
no.
movie.
It was a message for everybody. So even when I talked to somebody about it at work or whatever, they were saying how they like the way it showed the parents' brain. I was like, no, it was deeper than that for me. Like it's the parents looking into Riley's brain
Yeah,
because
because the mama was
often
gonna jump. You seen how the mama was like, "Why she getting snappy? Oh snap, it's happening." You know.
It is time. And it's almost like I think that's a conversation. I need to make a note of that. That's a conversation that needs to be had almost right after the baby is born. Is like you need to prepare yourself for every phase of this child's life because they're gonna happen no matter what.
Hmm.
They're coming no matter what. This period or puberty or them liking boys or them liking girls, discovering themselves, like all of it
Yeah,
is coming. Development, it's
all
coming. You
girl.
can't
And
stop
I
it.
have a
The circle
13
of
year
life.
old. I have a 13-year-old coming. She's coming.
Yeah.
So that right there, taking them to the doctor, like, oh, did you have the sex talk? I'm like, wait a minute, what did I? I didn't even put it in my mind like that because, again,
Yeah.
I'm always constantly talking to my kids about different things. So it was just like, well, did I? Is it
Well,
time?
did I? Even when it's time, it's like
Like,
you panic.
well,
You
do I
panic.
tell? What do I say? How much do I give? Do I just, again, I'm trying to teach her now about self-love and who she wants to be before all this other sex talk. Because to be honest, that is going to dictate who you let and who you let in your life.
That's real. That is real talk. That is real talk. Um, yeah. That's I don't know. Cause as soon as puberty came, it was like all of a sudden. And then
Yeah, all her variables.
the crazy part was they came in to do the construction, but never came back to finish.
They did.
They
Yeah.
just bulldozered down everything that was the way it was and just left it a mess. So it's like now your mind is a mess.
Yes, but that means that's going to be three. It's already like,
Because we got to
okay,
rebuild it. They got to rebuild
Yeah,
headquarters.
because they had to
Yeah.
make more room for all of these new emotions that is going to create the center core of you, who you want to be. And
Yeah.
that's why that movie depicted, instead of you trying to keep all of the negative things in the back, that is what creates the scenarios that what do you think is happening back there? Anxiety is still back there. You brought her to the forefront because you kept throwing her to the back. She like, forget that. It's too much shit back here for me not to let you know that we struggling back here. Like it's a lot of shit. Like, well, what if somebody don't like us? What if this? What if that? My friends are leaving me.
But the crazy part is those what ifs are not necessary though. That's what they were
It
really trying to
wasn't,
show.
but because she did not acknowledge those little changing moments that made her think like, well, why is that? Instead of her embracing that and putting that in her core memory of like who she wants to become, she put it to the back. And that is what kept making all those
So
scenarios
now
is
she almost doesn't even know who she is.
mhm. And
Oh,
instead
okay,
of
okay.
once
I
you
see what you did
learn
there.
that those things were lessons for you to, hey, to build who you are, who you want to be, right? Because when she
Mm-hmm.
met her friend, she saw people laughing at her. She like, I wouldn't want that to happen to me. Let me help this girl. That became her
Yeah,
best friend.
yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, having healthy coping skills to deal with the negative emotions that arise, anger, sadness, anxiety,
Hmm.
but being okay
Envy.
with
Hmm.
feeling your feelings, being okay with
Hmm.
feeling it, but also really taking the time to understand why you're feeling the way you feel. Don't just
Yes.
feel it. Like, I'm
Thank
angry.
you.
Okay, why are you angry?
Uh-huh. And
And then
that's the
what
first
can
one.
you do to cope with being angry so therefore it doesn't come out and spill and bleed all over people?
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly.
You can assess it to de-stress it. Bars.
Okay, number two, assess it to distress it.
Oh shoot. All
You
right,
on fire
physical.
tonight.
Physical.
Hmm?
I know. I did think about it when MVP was like, "We have open mic." I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't really got bars, but I would try it. I don't
You
know.
good,
I would do it. I would do it. But physical care, take care of you and your body, and it will take care of you.
girl. Yes, that ain't no lie. Once I hit 40 and these knees started to pop and I started to get cramps, like,
Good knees, good knees. I
girl,
should have made you one of these.
man, I wish I did have one of these. But where I'm at, I love that I'm next to everything, so I'm good.
Yeah, that's perfect. That is perfecto.
It's nice.
Um, it's fine. Apologize to yourself. Maybe I apologize to my body all the time. I think it gives me forgiveness. I need it to forgive me so that, we can work on getting us back to where we need to be.
Hmm.
And yeah, exercise, sleep, dancing, simply just moving. Moving is beneficial.
It
That's why they
is.
start
It
calling people
is.
couch potatoes.
I
I
was a
see
big one.
Mr. Lily said working out is what he do for self-care.
He love it. He love it.
What's up, Tyrone? We got 702 View in the building.
Okay.
So social self-care.
You
Socializing
already
is,
know.
it can get a little expensive.
Why you gotta trigger?
I'm just saying.
It do.
Whoo-wee.
But self-care, what I learned hanging with you, we don't always have to go out. We can just vibe
No.
and be at home. I could
Yeah.
definitely want to go and eat some crab legs at
At
Hot and
home.
Juicy. But
Oh.
my friend be like, oh, let's just get the same thing for the same, what you call it, and you make it bomb. So
I'm
again,
just
that's
saying,
socially how we be hanging. Or
if
you
you want
drink
to
before
spend
you head out.
$60, hello, pre-game
Okay.
that thing. Pre-game that thing. Number
Exactly.
three. Um, no, like if you go to Hot and Juicy and spend $60 each, guess how many crab legs we can have at home?
Exactly.
And we can
Oh,
put in that same said $120 budget the hot and juicy sauce.
everything. The potatoes, the corn, the everything. I need a po' boy
Okay.
with it. Like I need the whole thing with all of it. That's
Girl.
yeah.
It can be expensive, but you can make it. You can make it cheap though. You can.
You can't
We
listen. That's
be
again.
we be
That's the
kicking it. We do
socially.
kick it on a budget.
Very much so.
Yeah, yeah. It do say make time for friends and healthy conversations
Always.
in person time. Like we learned how to socialize via video chat during the pandemic, so
Yeah.
we had another way to still have a person to person, face to face connection. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, I had to throw hugs in there.
I need to touch my kids every day. I need a hug. I need to be like, hey, I need to touch my babies. Like, I need to feel you guys. Give me a hug. I know y'all is getting older, but I still need your mommy needs a hug. Okay.
Okay. And don't
Hmm.
do the pat. Don't do the church pat. Hug it out.
Girl, my son did that to me today. I said, hold me, son.
Count to 10. Hold me till
Exactly. Me
10.
and my husband do 6-second kisses, like just to make sure that we are like not just a peck. I'm like, he's like, that's 3 seconds. I'm like, okay, let me go back.
Wait, y'all just hold your lips on there. Just
Because like we want to learn how to just be more like not just so quick fast when you're in a hurry. Like we want to take the time to be like, okay, just hold it for six. Maybe
just
put a
throw it
little
on there.
tongue in there,
No
all
tongue.
that,
Oh. Uh,
times. But six
okay.
seconds we gotta do. So
I
again,
like
these are
that.
things that we trying to learn how to be connective. Because
That's
again,
cool.
the kids are gonna grow up and they're gonna go away. But what are we gonna do afterwards? What do we want? Like I am really big on how you say, like, we are in charge of what we see, what we do, what we want to do. This is our life. I
Yeah.
don't want to be with nobody trying to be miserable. And I don't want that. No, thank you.
No, ma'am. You can keep that. Unhappiness is not a part of self care.
It's not. It's not. Not at all.
They don't go together. They don't
They
go
don't.
together at all.
So it's like if the people around me, I want to pour into you, just like you poured into me.
Filling up my cup. And that goes into your spiritual self-care, and it doesn't have to mean religious, because I know
Yeah,
people
what you
are
do.
on different
Hmm.
journeys, now. But tapping into what you believe in, tapping into a higher frequency, tapping into a deeper sense of the meaning and understanding of a connection with
Hmm.
even with yourself, the
Yo,
universe, because they say that we are all walking royalty. I say that.
Hmm.
Kings and queens, you know? Yes, yes, yes. But there are some natural ways that we can definitely introduce self care if you're not already doing it. I
Okay.
do want y'all. So I see Kato in the building. I see Cashmere. What are you guys doing for self care? Tyrone, what you doing for self care? I don't know how many number of people up there, but y'all tell me what y'all doing for self care. And the first one I put on here is knowing yourself. How can you have self care if you don't
Girl,
know yourself?
yourself. That's the biggest one. I think that that is the biggest one.
That's it. The show's over.
Self self care is learning self,
Mhm.
how to care for self.
Mhm.
So you got to know yourself in order to care for yourself.
How you? How else?
I was like, "Bitch, shut up." I could not believe it. Like you learning yourself. And it's been like sometimes it's like, well, how can I ask somebody else to love me if I don't even know what to love me looks like either? Like I remember conversations like that. Like these are things of me trying to figure out who I am, who I want to be, and
Yeah.
how to love me for me.
Yeah. I put
Y'all see
this.
me today I ain't got a lick of makeup on, okay? And I'm okay with it. Even with this blonde hair, y'all know. I be like, wait a minute, I can't just wear
But what
blonde
if
hair
they
without
didn't
no
even?
makeup on.
What if they didn't notice?
Even if they didn't, I didn't, I was okay with just me. See, it for me is learning I don't have to do for others. This is for me, what I want.
Yeah. Yeah. Self. For
Yep.
self. But tapping into yourself is key. Who are you? What do you like? What don't you like? What
Hmm.
stimulates you? What calms you down? You know, what are your triggers? What are your what's your ammunition?
You don't want to give
I don't know
nobody
if we
no,
ever talk
yeah.
about the ammunition because it could be a trigger, but what am I loading it with?
Ooh,
Just saying, can you calm me down? Can I calm myself down? Knowing when to slow down, recognizing when your body is telling you that you're doing too much. Your body will
mhm.
tell you one way or another. And my body has told me in a whole lot of different ways. Like, let
Girl.
me say, hello? Oh, you don't want to
Hmm.
listen? Oh, okay. Let me make sure you
Remember that
listen.
time when I was like, oh, everybody looks so much taller because I was on the floor, bitch? That told me I needed to.
Why are all of y'all up there?
Like, what the heck? Yes, I learned my lesson that day.
Okay. Oh my God, that day. I forgot. I didn't even know what that's what you was talking about. Self regulating. What makes you feel good? What brings you peace? Setting
Hmm.
boundaries and keeping all the havoc out there, over
Yep,
there.
over there.
Um, Once you know yourself, then it's easier for you to do what? Love yourself.
Love, love yourself. Put your
Yeah.
other half. Put your other half in there. Yeah, you gotta love yourself.
Yeah, you got to know yourself, then put yourself in a better position to continuously love yourself,
Hmm.
first. First, I know it's taboo because when I did research on self love, a lot of negative topics came up. A lot of
Yeah,
articles
narcissist.
were
Like
about
I'm like, what?
narcissists
Like what?
because you love yourself. No, but I don't care what they say. Loving you is not in vain. Um,
But okay,
we be
just like
walking
when I
around.
just got
We
off a
just be
plane.
walking around here empty as AF. You know what I'm saying? And you trying to love somebody and love somebody, you don't even have none within. How?
Hmm. Hmm.
You said when you got off
Hmm.
the plane, what?
You know how when you get on the plane and they tell you, in case of emergency, you put the mask on first. I was
First.
like, never. I'm gonna put the thing on for my kids before myself.
Well,
But
you
it
can't put it
made
on if you can't breathe.
exactly, exactly. I can't protect them if I'm not here. That's that's self. I can't help them if I'm not here. So I
Yeah.
have to put it on self so then that way I can assist them. But I
Yeah.
always had that mentality of, I think it's a middle child thing too, because, or just how I was raised, right? Is that you are told to do all of these things and put these other people first. You're not told to do for yourself first. You're not told to, that's your toy. You're not told that we don't grow up like that. And I feel like women especially, it is much harder if you do self love for yourself, because it's like either you look conceited, or depending on what you choose to do with self love, that it is frowned upon.
But not even. It's like it's only so many minutes in a day. So sometimes you get so caught up in the everyday routine of doing things that there's never that insert of self care, because you
Hmm.
already caring for so many people. Like, I gotta get this done, I gotta go here, I gotta do this, and then when I do this, I gotta go to work, and then I gotta take a bath, and then I gotta do it all over again. So not really realizing that at least even if you start with 5 minutes, 2 minutes, two
Hmm.
minutes of whatever that looks like for you. And that can be rest, because the body needs it. I see E said that that's what she does for self care. But I mean, some of us don't take a nap until our body tells us you need to lay down.
Yeah.
And I don't even be
Oh.
knowing. I be laying there like, why am I laying here?
Hmm.
But I'm laying there. I'm literally
Because
laying
I could
down
be doing
like
this.
thinking
Hmm.
about what I'm supposed to be doing, but I am laying there. That means my body said, go over there and lay down. And then
Yeah.
it took me till it told my mind, and my mind took me over there. I might want to be doing a whole lot of other things, but I was like, I don't even know why I took a nap.
Because you was tired. A
Body said,
motherfucker
look,
tired.
I need you to lay down. I need you to restore.
Hmm.
I need you to restore so it can run properly. Um, a good thing to do is take time throughout the day to decompress,
Mm.
because things can be so heightened and give you so much tension and anxiety throughout the day, whether it's driving, traffic, road rage, coworkers, kids, finances. It's just things be women is you in the ocean of bullshittery. So,
Man.
um, you have to think about it like whether, like I said, whether it's 5 to 10 minutes. Like, let me just stop and decompress from everything,
Hmm.
especially if things are in the height of things. You know what I'm saying? Take a
Yeah.
walk, take some breaths, take a bath, some quietness,
Ooh.
frequency sounds, stretch for a few minutes.
Smoke
Um,
some more weed.
smoke you a little like we hee hee.
Go to Paris.
And
Mon
sometimes you
ami.
got to do it. Sometimes you got to do it. Changing your mindset is key. The way you think about things, instead of negative thoughts, try to put a positive thought in there.
Yes. Yeah.
Change your environment, who you're around. Sorry to say, it's a thing. Um, feed your spirit. Meditate, pray. They say hug a tree, ground yourself. Yoga, exercise. But yeah, pay attention to your thoughts. Be
Yes.
nice to yourself. Start saying no. What you looking at? What's over there?
The whole word no. I don't know. I
Start
don't know
saying
why I don't
no.
like the word no. Okay.
And I owe you an apology. I'm gonna call you right after this. Um, stay connected to yourself. Engage in activities that bring you joy. Okay?
Mhm. Mhm.
Activities that bring you joy. So, what are some things that bring you joy? I don't even know where these notes come from, but I left them there. So it said, honor yourself. You are made perfectly. The world is created of all the untrue imperfections. Trust yourself. Practice gratitude, and most of all, forgiveness. Do things that make you feel good. For me, that's a massage, a vacation, a staycation, the ocean, a stretch. But yeah, what are some things that make you feel good?
A new wig, new color, new nails. Yes, I am that. I've learned that I'm a girly girl. That's what I enjoy. I really, really enjoy just showing up different. Being meaning like still me, because I still feel like I'm always energetic. I'm always like hype. I'm always like, not always, because the ones who be around me know that I don't have better, like happier days, but I feel like I woke up. So I gotta learn that, like, I gotta have fun. That's what makes me have fun. Interacting with people, talking. Where I work, I get to meet new people every day. I get to talk to all race, all colors, all kinds, everything. So to me, being connected to people is what makes me happy. I can't
Yeah.
do a desk job sitting behind something. Helping others is what makes me happy. Like, legit.
Yeah.
Legit. Seeing my kids accomplish stuff, seeing the people that rock, like, that's around me, do the things that they want to do, like, that shit makes me happy. It makes me happy. But what I like to do is myself is, again, taking that time, that 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 hours, to put a hair on, to put a wig on. That's something that I had to learn how to do for myself. That's because, again, that shit is costly, okay? Y'all who pay for it, that shit is costly.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, that is what's up. But we definitely have to plan for challenges because they're going to happen,
Girl.
um, and devise self care strategies to make sure that you are in a good space to handle things when they do come.
Yeah.
And consider the stressors. Think about them because things happen, an aspect of life. But I definitely appreciate y'all tuning in and assessing your needs. If you watching this later, or you gonna watch it now, or you tap in another time, let me know what you guys are doing for self care. I got something in my mind when it comes to self care. I'm thinking of something.
Okay.
But we definitely been talking about mental health. It's a lot of conversations going on right now because people want to have conversations that about things that are important to them. And
Yes.
love is one of them. So thank y'all for tuning in to Let's Talk Love. And August 1st, we actually have the donation drive for the Kids Do Love Mommies. Clothing kickback is coming back at Whitney Rec
Oh,
Center at 2 p.m. So if you have some clothes you want to donate, shoes, hair, accessories, whatever, yeah, we're just going to give them out to the community and let them do what they do. The last one was
yeah.
amazing. So we love y'all and we'll see y'all next week.